Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to SYD Life, Season 3.
2025! Yo!
Happy New Year, everyone!
Happy New Year.
Honestly, crazy.
Yeah.
Life moves pretty fast.
I love this time of year.
Yeah.
I like early Jan.
Early Jan is
in Australia.
it's like the beaches are pristine.
Yes.
It's like the world slows down. Like, it's just peak summer.
I actually love between like Christmas and New Year's where you don't know what day it is.
Best week of my life.
Yeah.
Best week. And I was last year, like I was in the UK, and so I missed the like perfect summer. So it's just so nice to just like have that.
Like having the white sun Christmas?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful, but it didn't snow actually.
Oh.
So it was
it just sucked.
It was just I was just in Scotland and it rained. But that's not what happened this year. So it was just
good.
Great time of year.
Good.
Yeah. And today we're going to talk about planning for the new year, setting up. We talked to some of our great friends about how they do it. So we just thought we'd share a bit of our own ways.
Yeah, and we're pretty much going to read through it and kind of live react.
Yeah, live react.
Some of their thoughts.
Literally.
Mixed in with our thoughts.
Absolutely.
And hopefully it will make a beautiful thought baby.
Absolutely.
Or a monster.
We'll see. There's only one way to find out.
We don't know.
Let's do it.
Okay, so planning for the year.
Yes.
I think an idiom that comes to mind is like...
I love idioms.
Oh, you love idioms?
Have I ever told you that I used to do public speaking competitions? Fun little fact.
Did you?
About me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That was the child I was.
Where'd all the experience go?
I never won.
Oh.
But I was going to say, the first year I ever did it, my entire speech, I spoke in idiom.
Oh, wow.
It was incredible. I should have won. I think about it all the time. The fact that I didn't win.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, what's your
favorite
favorite
trauma.
idiom? I was like, I remember just like sitting there and I was like, I'll accept the loss.
Yeah.
But there's been very few moments in my life where I went, I actually should have won that. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, the idiom that comes to mind was if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Great Taylor Swift lyric in Mastermind.
Yeah, sure. She didn't come up with it, but...
All right.
And so looking at our year, like we said, we're going to go through just some kind of how people do it.
Yeah.
And we've got our friend Jackson Pierce here.
Yes, kick us off, Jackson.
So he says this, look back to look ahead. Interesting.
I actually really like what Jackson said.
Yeah.
Jackson is like very organized. He really he loves his systems. He's like the Excel spreadsheet god. Like he knows all the formulas. And so I feel like the thing with me is I'm like maybe not as meticulous with my...
Which is a personality thing
for sure. But I love what Jackson says where he kind of goes like reflection is such an important process of planning for the year, I think.
Yeah, because I think he's saying there's going to be things that annoy you and frustrate you during the year.
Yeah.
But in the busyness of life, if you don't kind of jot them down and then think, oh, how could I avoid this? Or how could I turn something from being something that I'm managing into something that I can actively solve?
Yes.
Then it's just going to annoy you again in 2025.
It's true.
And a lot of these things are very avoidable.
Yeah.
Like
it's true, yeah. Like me, like doing my taxes on the last day it's due.
Let's not talk about that. That's a no-go.
Taxes
on this podcast.
Honestly.
Oh gosh.
But write down things that like frustrated you, annoyed you, things that like you maybe have like forgotten that like are gonna come up every year. Yeah. Just like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then he also says to like count your wins, like look at the positive things that you did for the year.
Okay.
Like what are some things where you're like, oh, I like want to make sure that I do that again this year, like stuff like that.
I like that because I think at the end of the year you can, like a year is simultaneously very long and very quick. And
I can't believe how fast.
Also, the older you get, have you heard about how like when you're a kid, right? Because it's all relative to your age. When you've only had 10, when you're like 10 years old, a year is huge. Yeah. You've only had 10 of them.
Yeah.
But the older you get, it's like, oh, it's just another year.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like 30 this year. Hope. And
I'm so sad for your 30th.
Yeah.
Everyone's invited.
Gonna be lit. And it's true, the years get quicker.
Yeah, it's true. You want to make the most of it.
Point being is you can forget the wins.
I forget things immediately.
Okay, I think that's a problem.
Yeah, I'll work on it.
Well, as in you should see someone.
It's like as soon as I finish, I close a book that I just read.
Yeah.
Could not tell you.
Yeah, okay.
At all what happened. I'm in 2 book clubs, so it causes a lot of problems. People are talking about major plot things, and I'm like
that with shows. I'll be like, you know, thingy, and then they're doing thingy.
Yeah, it's like, no, Tyler.
It's like, that's the main character.
Yeah.
And you're in season 7. You should know the name. But yeah, back to Jackson's very good thought. I think even creating like a note in your phone.
Yeah. To
go back to throughout the year.
Yeah, it's good.
And this can really help with being thankful and grateful as well. Because otherwise you can go, oh, what? I don't know, like, what am I thankful for? But there's actually a lot.
Yeah.
Small things, big things that you can be thankful for.
Yeah, yeah. And then I love what he also goes on to say, like, yeah, like, write down, like, your dreams and write down the goals that you have. Like, it's nice to just, like, put it all out there.
Yeah.
Because you never know where the year is actually going to take you.
Yeah.
So just, like, just dump it all somewhere.
Yeah.
Write down, like, the little goals. And even, like, the big dreams that, you know, like, the God dreams that you have inside.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and just, like, just write it all down. And you can tick things off. Things can change throughout the year. But that's something I do.
Yeah.
I make a cute little, like, what's it called? Collage.
Nice.
And I, like, write down all the things.
Wow, it's been a minute since I've done a collage.
So it's honestly come back. There's these things called junk journals.
Yeah.
And they're, like, a big thing on TikTok at the moment of, like, girls.
You just trash them or?
Yeah, like, you go out to a cafe and you'll take, like, the serviette and, like, put that in and, like, you know, collaging back in 2025, let me tell you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I won't be collecting serviettes. But
that's fine, I will be. No, kidding.
The other thing, I just had a thought on that. The other thing was even approaching some years knowing that in this year I'm not gonna fulfill a goal or reach a goal or a dream, but I can work towards it. So like this year I'm gonna finish year 2 of my 4-year degree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm finishing uni.
Yeah, come on, see, that's awesome. So boom, right there, finish uni strong. Yeah. That's a great goal.
Yeah.
And like even holidays, I'm like,
totally.
Because I keep going, I want to go back to Japan.
Yeah.
Lol.
Prove it.
But unless I start planning for that now.
Yeah, like saving and
what
stuff.
Money am I going to have?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And then every year I just go like, it's so unattainable.
Yeah.
If I don't actually start something.
Yeah.
Wow,
it's true.
I'm preaching to myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, you know, like we are both Christian. And a big part of looking ahead at the year, I'd imagine for both of us and for a lot of the people that we did talk to, is like sitting down with God.
Yeah.
And being like, where we at?
Yeah.
Where we at?
Yeah.
And I love, Jackson says that he like plans and reviews with God, and he has a great point that like we actually do everything with God. And like don't plan your year over here and then leave him aside. Yeah. Like let him in to be a part of the process.
Yeah, or like, hey God, these are my plans, bless them.
Yeah.
I think James talks about he kind of says like, oh, who are we to say tomorrow I will go here or there if it's not the will of God? Yeah. It's more like, God, if it is your will. Yeah. Which I think is a roundabout when we talk so much about things like declarative prayer and like, you know, I'm just going to pray it into existence. Well, it's like, well, are we also praying the will of God?
Yeah, totally.
So I think even just to, like you were saying, go, hey God, this year is yours. Yeah. Because my whole life is yours, but I'm gonna break it down into you.
Yeah, let's break it down a little
bit. Break down into you.
Yeah.
You know, what do you want me to do? Yeah. God, where and how can I be obedient in this year? And then of course you can bring your dreams and desires before God. Yeah. It's not like we just have to be this formless, empty thing that has no direction or desires or dreams. But at the end of the day, we do have to lay them down.
Totally.
Otherwise, they could become an idol.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, he's preaching.
You know?
Yeah, no,
like...
it's true. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, it's good.
Yeah, it's really good. So thanks, Jackson.
Jackson's good. I feel like
really
he even had some more stuff to say. No, I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Michelle LaRue.
Yeah.
Oh, podcast favorite.
Honestly.
Podcast favorite. Podcast bully.
Not at all.
So she says, okay, this is funny. I mean, we're in January.
We
right?
are.
So do not feel condemned hearing this. But she says, start thinking about next year in about October.
Yeah, big time.
So my first thought is, it's never too late.
Yeah.
To start planning.
Yeah.
Because it's still only January.
Yeah. We're like a weekend.
We're a weekend.
It's all good.
Barely.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is a good point in terms of like it is a busy season, like December, January, like lots of holidays, lots of celebrations. And so like maybe this year we can start planning in October.
October, yes.
Like we'll do that this year. But yeah, it's a good point to like kind of look ahead and be like, am I actually gonna have time? I mean, we always have time, don't we? But you know, are we gonna be able to set aside enough time to really like to look at
really?
But yeah, I feel like I do know this about Michelle, that she's always like, have you like started planning for the year yet? And I'm like, we're in July. Like, I'm still planning this year. Where are you at? But it's cool. I'll work towards that one day, maybe.
Absolutely. And I think a good, I mean, this is kind of like a transferable skill to like a good manager, right? Will work on the business, not just in the business. And you can tell, because that's really, I think, where vision comes, and when you're able to look forward and plan forward, and you see like managers or leaders who are just so stuck in it.
I love that.
And it feels like survival mode. It feels like you just go from one thing to the next, and it's all reactionary because you're just, as things are coming to you. And so I think really where Michelle's hitting the money here is like, okay, until you purposefully take a step back and go, like, if it means like you go, hey, next Monday, I'm going to put in my calendar. I'm going to book like a 2-hour slot
just
to get up early, grab a coffee.
I
love kind of getting out in nature. So there's no distractions. Leave your phone in the car. Like,
just
and go, okay, like, I'm going to get really intentional about this. And honestly, like, that could really set you up for the year.
I thought we should talk about even like why this is an important thing to do. Because I think like, you know, I'm still like a young adult, and like I'm still very much finding my routine, and you know, I'm still in uni and stuff. So it's like still grasping at the whole like autonomy, like live your own life, like this is your responsibility kind of vibe. But I think looking back to like my first years out of school, where it was very much just like going through the motions and like finding your feet. But then compared to like 2024, I did really try to kind of look ahead and get more vision.
That's awesome.
And I think like I loved last year.
It
was like a big year, but it was like just allowing that vision and like being able to look ahead and plan and even just like think about the year with enough time to actually think about it was so beneficial for me.
And I think for the human condition, it's really healthy for your soul when you have vision. Like the Bible says, I think it's in Habakkuk, that people perish without vision. And it's this reality where it's like we are designed to operate at a bigger capacity and towards something as well that's bigger than ourselves. And did you say monotony before?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, I think that's the opposite, right? When we are stuck in the day-to-day.
Totally.
And you see people just, like, you get up, you work, you study, you go home, you sleep.
And you can't, like, get any further than that.
Yeah, and also, like, well, what's the point? it's all just a bit the same, and
Yeah.
and you see people lose that zeal for life or just purpose in life.
Yeah, it's good.
Because they're not really a part of something bigger.
Mm.
And I think that's why I love being a Christian as well.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, totally.
There's many other reasons, but
yeah, it's
like what we're a part of is so much bigger than us.
Yeah, yeah.
Part of the church, we're part of His kingdom.
Mm.
And even when like maybe there might be a season where I feel like less purpose in like my work or something.
Yeah, but
I've always got purpose.
Totally.
In God or in His kingdom or in.
Yeah.
So
that's really good. Yeah,
good.
I love what Michelle's given us here because she kind of gives us like a 4-month structure. So October, she starts thinking about it.
Yep.
December, when she's on holiday, she says that I will ask God for a word for the next year. Usually the word comes to me straight away and I just run with it. Love that.
So what does she mean by a word?
Yeah. Well, we can like jump ahead to like what, because I asked Mitch Hammond as well. And this is like Mitch Hammond's thing. He loves his words. And it's such a good, it's such a cool thing. So yeah, I think like when I've asked God for words, it's just about, I usually just be like, where are you going to be with me this year? It's kind of like the vibe.
Yeah.
But Mitch, I'll like read out like kind of the questions that he asks about the word, because he always asks one in December as well. And he says like, I was talking to him about this. He's like, just gets a note in his phone and just like writes whatever the word is. And then throughout the year, like all year, he'll write down any thoughts or any scriptures or things people have said to him about it throughout the year. And he kind of says like, where are you positioning yourself? Who are you partnering yourself with? Where are you prioritizing your time? And what environment are you planted in? And he has this great thing where it's like...
The 4 Ps.
Yeah. It's like, figure out what your word is and what your world is this year.
Okay.
And he says that words shape us from the inside out, and our world, the world that we're in, shapes us from the outside in, which is like so poetic. I love it. But yeah, I feel like that gives like a great picture into why getting words are so important, because like even just if we look at like how important language is and how important words are in general, like words can build you up or they can like tear you down. And so when you have like a word on the inside of you that you are like holding onto for the year, you're able to stand on it. Yeah. And you're able to like hold that as like like God's got me this year kind of thing. Like I think it's like a comfort and it's like strengthening.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love it. You know, we have a conviction that God still speaks.
Yeah.
And that the Holy Spirit knows. It says He searches our heart. Yeah. So no one knows you like God does. Yeah. I was even thinking like sometimes the word might not be that encouraging. Yeah. Like maybe it's like pruning.
Yeah. Yikes.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then when you're in a season where things are being cut off,
you go,
you don't need to dismay.
Bingo.
Because it's like, oh no, this is actually from God.
Yeah.
And this is a necessary thing in my life. Yeah. Where it's actually good, some things are being cut off. And so, yeah, you can feel God with you in that. Yeah. Which is a difficult season. Yeah.
Like, a good example, last year, 2024, I felt that the word was going to be like strengthening, and I was like, slay. Like, this is going to be the best year of my life.
Through trials.
Yeah. And then I literally, I kid you not, like I was confronted with like every single one of my like worst fears. Wow. Within like a 2-month period. Wow. And I was literally like, okay, what the heck is happening to me? And then I was like, oh yeah. Strengthening. He's like, just sort yourself out.
Yeah, he's like, by leaning on me.
Yeah, literally.
You almost need to ask God for the word. Yeah. And then also like what's in the parentheses.
So literally, I'm like, if you could give me just like a dot point list of how this is going to come to fruition. Yes. Because like I was a bit of a stitch up. I was like, are you kidding me? Like really humbled me. Right. But it's so true, because it's like, you can be, I think another thing is like you can be as prepared as you can, but life happens.
Yeah, and God's God.
Yeah.
And He's sovereign. So again, going back to submitting to him.
Yeah.
And in that submission, like seeking his heart for a word, a theme, what he's wanting to do in your life. It's also like not going this equals that.
Yeah.
Because, again, that's not really submitting.
No.
And like, say the word is like victory or something. It's like, okay, but you still need to trust God what that looks like.
Yeah, totally.
And seek him when things don't pan out how you think they're going to pan out.
Yeah, literally. Crazy.
That's good.
Yeah. Eloise.
Oh, I love Eloise.
I was so excited to ask. I actually asked Eloise and Jessie said, I'll get back to her over the weekend. Never heard, and so it's too late now. Thanks so much, Jessie. So we're just with Eloise. Eloise is, I love her. Yeah. I really want to get Elle on the podcast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mum to be. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So Elle has like a really kind of practical outlook on the year. She has like a few areas.
Yep.
So she says like work, ministry, personal, travel, home. And she says like she's praying into the year to get vision, to ask God what he wants. But I love that she's just kind of is like, she's a teacher and teachers, they got to be good at planning. So I was like, I feel like Ella's going to really have some good insight into how she does this. So she says for work, she kind of is figures out what it looks like. For her this year, she's going to be on maternity leave for a lot of it. So it's different.
Goals. Yeah.
It's different to what she's normally used to. So kind of just like setting out. And sometimes, that it might be like you're gearing up for a new job. Yeah. Or, like I'm finishing uni this year. So like looking ahead at that, like there might be some like big things.
Big changes,
And praying into where God's leading her. And I love something we haven't really touched on is like fitness goals and stuff. I feel like would people be interested in hearing like a podcast about that? Because I personally
Absolutely. I don't know about you, but I'm like always feeling like I should be more fit.
Yeah, maybe we can. I'll do some digging. Maybe we can have Elle on for that.
Yeah, Elle Fit. Bring her on.
But yeah, like fitness goals and like adjusting any routines and stuff like that. Again, she's literally about to become a mother. Yeah. I'm literally so excited.
I mean, even like we know a lot of people stepping into motherhood. And fatherhood's a big change as well, but it's not as big as motherhood. Yeah. I would say. And navigating change around that is huge.
Oh my gosh.
Like, you go from, to a large degree, being able to do what you want when you want. Yeah. To like people say like marriage, you need to like die to yourself. Yeah. Which is true. It's true. Nothing like parenthood. You need to.
I remember.
You need to die constantly.
Sean Lowe, who used to work with us. Yes. He always said they have 4 kids. Gosh, they have 4 boys. Yeah. And he said like, I never want to stop having kids because every time you just get more and more selfless. Wow. It's like I miss him. He's like so beautiful. I'm like, wow.
I'm the opposite. I'll go on holidays and I'll be like, I just want to read and like, I don't have to play with my child. Really? I just find new ways to be selfish.
You're like in the middle of paternity leave as we speak, right?
Yep. I've got a newborn.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming in, Tal.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And then something else that she also said that I think that you touched on earlier is like any like travel and holidays. Yeah. Plan for them.
Yeah, and my thought about that is like burnout is such a big thing, right? And managing your energy and managing your capacity is big. And I think a big part of that is booking breaks in.
Yeah, totally.
And not letting guilt of taking a break get in your head. Yeah. And man, there's a few things there. Like, people don't take breaks because they think the world's going to burn down without them. Yeah. They don't take breaks because, like, they feel guilty about stopping. Yeah.
They're going to miss stuff. Miss out on stuff. Yeah.
FOMO. But I think maturity is going, it's okay to take a break. Yeah. And actually, I should take a break.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's good for me.
Yeah, even if it's like, if it's a staycation.
Oh, I'm not a good staycayer.
Oh, really?
Well, I can't I get bored.
Oh, love.
Like, I want to get out.
I want
to see something.
I love a week at home.
I want to be on a plane. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I was sick a few weeks ago. I had the whole week off.
Did you?
Best week of my life. It was so good. My sister and I watched What did we watch? We watched like an entire series or something.
Harry Potter, Gilmore Girls, The Office.
I think we were watching New Girl.
Yeah, there it is.
Because Lucy hadn't seen it before.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so good. I feel like 2026 is going to be a good year.
Yeah?
Like, I know we're just in 2025
Ooh.
now. But I think the thing with me in 2026, it's like the first year, like, I'm done uni.
Yes.
So it's like...
Yeah.
Put the big girl pants on.
It's on.
Yeah, terrifying.
Wow, that's so exciting.
Maybe I'll do my master's so I can just put it off.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's not really for me, I don't think.
No.
But anyway.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that was just some like good,
nice
practical.
Insight. Yeah.
Also spiritual. It is a spiritual and a practical
thing.
kind of working.
Yeah.
And they really go hand in hand.
Yeah,
the spiritual
absolutely.
and the practical.
Yeah.
And you know, we're really believing this is going to be a great year for you.
Yes.
Do it in community.
Yes.
Do it with friends.
Absolutely, that's a great point.
Do it with God.
Yeah.
Submit all your ways to Him, and He'll help you prosper.
Yeah.
And we're just excited for you, and we're excited for this year of the podcast.
Yeah.
Char's been cooking up some fun ideas, some great interviews.
Oh yeah.
Some good Ask Me Anythings.
Please.
You know.
Relationship series is going to come back.
Oh.
Big time.
Can we do like 3 girls, 3 guys?
Oh my gosh. Is there room for that?
Chaos.
That would be so fun.
I love those like massive podcasts.
I know, it'd be sick.
Oh,
didn't have enough microphones.
Bring all the
for
mics
that.
out. Yeah.
BYO microphone.
I'm fine with that.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's gonna be good.
Great.
It's gonna be a good year.
Wow.
So just like strap in.
Strap in.
Send us any like
subscribe is the version of that.
Totally.
Yes.
Like literally subscribe and follow us on all our things. SYDLife.podcast. And yeah, let me know if you have anything that you want discussed, any topics, any questions, and
we'll go from there.
Great. From there.
Okay, we'll see you next time, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
This podcast is produced by C3 SYD Church. We exist to know Jesus, find community, and discover purpose. For information, head to c3syd.church, and for more content, go to @SYDLife.podcast. Help us reach more people in Sydney by sharing this episode with a friend. See you next time.